Hi, I'm Ulysses,
And I'm James.
and this is Comics Odyssey. Today we're picking out, um, we're reading one of James's favorite comic books, Fantastic Four 260. Is this your first Fantastic Four comic, or like, why is
Yeah, I
this
think you're
yours?
right. I
Was
think it was
it?
my
Yeah.
first one. And I hit a gold mine. It's got, I'm spoiling a bit, but it's got Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, Terrax, Namor, everybody but Mr. Fantastic, actually.
1983. I have this whole run, John Byrne Fantastic Four.
That,
It's a
I'm
pretty good
quite
run.
done. Yeah, I might be his best.
Well, I'm not super familiar with his work. I think this may actually be my only experience with his work. I think this was at the time, or shortly after, where he also was drawing and writing Alpha Flight,
Yeah,
and maybe a third book as well. I don't know which one.
he's got such a clean style.
I don't know how he was managing three books, but I guess he did it for a bit.
And it's not like he's not cutting corners.
No, no, it's great. It's great art style. Um, so the book opens on Namor. Is it Namor or Namer?
I always call him Namor.
Namor. All right, we'll go with Namor. He's flying over Canada, the Canadian Arctic, and because something's wrong. He can't quite figure out what's going wrong. Something is sorely amiss in these regions. And then we get a flashback of a horde of barbarians in the ocean come to the realm of Atlantis, which Namor is the king of, in desperate need of help. And do you remember? I don't think they say the reason. Just a terrible ordeal.
He only turns away humans.
Right. And anyway, he's trying to figure out. Yeah, that's the thing. He's trying to figure out what happened because these barbarians weren't able to articulate what happened. So goes underwater. This is such a cool way of expressing velocity, straight line, right?
Yeah, and it's such a great use of the page. Good panel work. Like your eye naturally follows the diving and then the top. It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
So
and
elegant.
usually left vertical across multiple panel heights is
Yeah,
kind of a rule breaking composition, but because it's all the way down, it's obvious that it's this panel and then go back to the top. So reads fine. I like the colors too.
that's uncommon to hear from Marvel. I mean, this is an exception, but a lot of they're kind of famous for having colorists who didn't even bother with the lines. And if they did, they didn't bother matching the colors right all the time.
No, it's good coloring.
Yeah,
We don't get a credit, I think, but this kind of teal with the green, and it's it really does express like underwater, frigid waters. Um, but anyway, something in the water is dissolving things, even his like bracelets and stuff. And then I really like this panel of him sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
yeah, yeah. He's so incredible. And if I
Beautiful
understand,
lines.
if I recall correctly, he's a hybrid, so he can't stay out of the water for too long, but he also can't breathe indefinitely underwater. Maybe I'm wrong about that one, actually.
Hmm. I don't. I'm not very familiar with Namor like the parameters of his abilities.
Yeah. All right. He's one of my favorite antagonists, though. He's like stubborn hubris as a character.
Hmm. Fiery temper.
Yeah.
And as for Solar Fox, I actually read this. The artwork is actually half decent for just an ad, right?
Yeah. They would use the up and coming artists for some of the ads sometimes
Oh
as
yeah.
a throw them a bone sort of thing and see how they do. They still do that to this day, actually.
I bet you this was like just drawn. The artist probably like had a morning or a day just to work on that.
Yeah. I love that first panel there. You get I mean, first of all, it's just beautifully done. But it leaves plenty of room for the introduction, the story, the credits. You see Terex's powers. There's such a beautiful wave that mimics his arm, the arc.
Right.
And then again, John Byrne's thing is one of the best in the game.
The whole composition here is like diagonal or
Yeah.
maximum dynamism. Everything's like going that direction. Okay, we got Glennis Ween. I wonder if related to Len Wein
I couldn't tell you.
for the colors.
Yeah, it's not a common name.
There's some tasty pops in the debris. I figured that's probably like a what do they call them? Fruit tarts
Oh yeah,
for
fruit pop tarts.
Pop tarts. Yeah, that's probably a reference to that tasty pops.
Yeah, they're fighting in a grocery store. No,
Ah, there you
remain.
go. Yeah, there's a shopping cart right there. You're right. Anyway, uh, the lead up to this was that this guy Terex was Galactus's herald, but he got fired or something. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly the situation, but he no longer is herald. But he is. So he's found himself on Earth, and Doctor Doom has manipulated him to fight the Fantastic Four. That's basically the gist of it.
I like the idea of Galactus floating around in space in this huge space station sort of craft, and he's got a hallway devoted to employees of the week. Terex just wasn't cutting it.
Galactus's HR got involved.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a very dynamic fight, fun to look at fight here. Pretty much only just macho posturing between these three characters.
oh, it's great. The Thing can't do too much. He's really tough, Terex, especially if his power set is if he's touching the ground, he kind of regenerates really quickly. Think of it like if he's too far off the ground, he takes. That might be later on. I'm not sure if it's at this point. There's a point later on where he has a fight with the New Warriors, and they figured if they keep him off the ground, he gets really unstable. But if he's touching the ground, he regenerates almost like if it were a video game, like full hit points after a round kind of thing.
Right.
So they can't do a lot of damage to him, and they can't, you can't set him aflame a guy who roams around in space. He's pretty resistant to temperature change.
But yeah, he gets like blasted here, and it basically doesn't do anything. He just blasts back and
Yeah.
rips a plumbing pipe, like a irrigation pipe or something, out of the ground and extinguishes the flame. But here comes the Invisible Girl. She's going to show him what's what. Now, we got an pregnant Sue Storm at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pregnant with the baby who would eventually become Franklin Richards. the fifth Fantastic Four, and yeah, she. So the way that it's introduced, I like this. Terrax blasts some water at uh, the Human Torch here, and or Johnny Storm, and the water doesn't hit him. And it's revealed in the next panel. It's because one of Sue Storm's invisible force fields.
And it's done so nicely. The water, you can tell it's breaking there on some sort of, like an invisible wall, which is her style. And then the way his hands are placed around his head in the panel below to the right.
Right.
Oh, it's such a good. I mean, there's not a lot of complexity to it. It's pretty straightforward, but it's believable. I can't read the words at this scale, but I can tell you exactly what's going on based on the picture.
Yeah, a bubble forming around my head, cutting off my air. I can't breathe, but I can do this.
Boom.
Yeah.
Rumble.
The way she falls back, the anatomy here is very dynamic. It's beautiful.
Oh, and that's one of my favorite pictures of probably the entire decade is the top right panel on the second panel on that page there. It's just so nice. And the pose of Johnny Storm below that. Everything. This guy's one of the greatest. He's one of my favorite. He's in my Rushmore.
Yeah, that's a great scene right here. Just like jumps on him, grabs him by the head.
It's such a great style for Thing as well. It's sort of his style. He's just a giant lug with a bit of a wrestling background. Hulk is all power and strength. He'll backhand you and toss you far away.
I like this.
Clobber.
This line and this line matching up.
Oh, very good eye.
Yeah. And yeah, it's interesting. The Human Torch, you always got a visual element that you can use to frame the figure. Whereas, like, because he's got a flame around him, you can just place a flame around him immediately. Draws the eye, right? And here, like that's framing, right?
Yeah, there's always
you got a bunch of background with debris, but you've got an element that kind of engulfs them.
You got the whole border.
Yeah, exactly. But then the other characters, you got to frame them more creatively. So here he puts the horizon, which is like a crowd shot, like a bunch of people in the background, just watching them fight. Down that cuts them in two, and then an empty space here that draws the eye. So there's no competing details against the Thing, because the Thing is also a quite detailed character design, right?
He's such a cool design.
I like this one here. This gun style, very flat, kind of quite futuristic looking gun that's obviously like easy to hide in your clothing, that shoots the flare.
Yeah. At this point, I think that in the comic books, Mr. Fantastic's invented the unstable molecules, which is an important part of the storyline. So his costume stretches with him and becomes invisible with Sue Storm's powers, and it can be ignited by Johnny Storm without melting. It's just a little sort of Star Trek geek warp drive kind of Deus Ex Machina for their wardrobe. Kind of you can also hide guns inside of it.
A little piece of techno babble.
Yeah. Look at that scowling doom face in the middle of the page.
Yeah.
Oh, God, he's so good. He's one of the best villains of all time for sure.
With the scarring around the eyes that shows that what's behind the mask there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's basically musing around like what his plan is with Terrax, and he's like, okay, I've got to wait for my right time to get involved in this thing. And I like this shot of him, like
Yeah,
this extraordinary figure walking through a bunch of mundane characters, right?
yeah. Is that? I can't quite see or make out in the. Is Aunt May in the picture there? An old white lady?
It looks like Aunt May, but she figures in later where uh she starts kind of yapping her face at some other characters.
Telling you, this comic book has all the guest appearances.
It does look like Aunt May, but it isn't. Um, anyway,
That's
uh,
the next page over is fantastic. They wouldn't have had computers at this point. He could have overlapped, but I think he drew both of them near perfectly.
yeah,
And the dynamism of the contrast between the top and the bottom. Look at the deep blacks in the second one to show the power blast being shot out of his finger there.
yeah,
Oh man, he's good. John Byrne.
probably light boxed
Yeah, you're right.
because like the placement of the elements are the same, but he's redone his shading. It's not a copy or anything because even in the debris there's different pen strokes and stuff. So, but it seems like a light box. Yeah. Anyway, he tells Terax, "Settle down. Uh, you're not going to finish this until Reed Richards is around because he wants to humiliate Reed. That's his big thing." But Terax not going to have any of it. So that, yeah, that's you don't be talking to me like that. So they start a fight. Starts a fight. In my
Yeah.
copy of the book here, whoever had this before did the puzzle in this ad.
Oh, criminal. I love the panel to the bottom there of Doom getting nuked.
Yeah,
The the deep contrast between just the solid blacks. It adds so much drama.
there's some interesting brushwork here with the inks, like he's pulling ink or something. But yeah, what happens is Terax nukes him. I don't know what his power is, but he does something to him that basically fuses Doom's armor, like it freezes it in place. Like he can't move. He's stuck in there. His armor's become kind of like an Iron Maiden.
Like a little prison. Yeah.
Yeah, and Silver Surfer. There's a note here from the editor that Silver Surfer was kind of flying around or surfing around and kind of looking for something, and his attention was drawn to New York City because Terex was there. So he comes around and basically asserts his dominance by saying, you aren't any herald of Galactus. I am.
As he's employee of the week. That's right.
So yeah. So
John Byrne, my absolute favorite Silver Surfer. No one does him better.
Really?
Ron Lim is one of the best for sure, but in my taste, he makes him too muscular. There's a big philosophy about this, about when you're drawing superheroes. Ethan Van Sciver got into this for a while, about how Superman should always have giant shoulders and muscles. There was a writer who was saying that Superman could be drawn like a twig sort of thing, lean and lanky, because it's his powers that make him strong, not like Captain America, whose muscles make him strong. But I think there's a lot of exception to that. It's sort of what the character represents. I think he's right that Superman should be muscular to represent what he looks like. You know, he's an impressive thing to come across. But Silver Surfer is sort of a philosophical thinking man's hero. He would have all this power in my eyes. Like when I draw him, I don't draw him with giant muscles. He's sleek and elegant and Um, you wouldn't look at him. Your first thought when you see him, I don't think would be infinite cosmic power. You know, for my tastes, this is the best. You're never going to see him drawn better. And then right in the top right corner, his move is to grab Terex by the beard.
Yeah, like if Terax is all bluster, you know, but that Silver Surfer comes around, that goes out the window.
Yeah.
Just teaching Terex a lesson here. An ad about the Popeye video game.
Look at the detail of the rocks being thrown.
Yeah.
I don't know how this guy could draw even more than one book a month.
Yeah. Well, the pen work is it's confident, but it's pretty loose.
Yeah.
Look at the rendering here. So I'm sure he saves time that way. He knows exactly where his strokes are going to go. I like this move here where Silver Surfer is kind of zipping by, and Terax knocks him off his board with the dirt here. So we got like a swipe of the arm, and the board keeps going, but you can feel the impact. It stops Surfer there.
Yeah. Yeah, he tries to steal the board to get back into space, but it only obeys one master.
Pretty cool, like super long, thin board. It's not designed like too oval like a surfboard. It's just like a plank. Something more like a snowboard.
You kind of get a sense of the physics by the way he draws it. You know, there's some kind of, it's almost magical the way it works. It's flat. There's nothing to it. There's no room inside of it for gears or engines or...
So here's Dr. Doom we go back to him and he's stuck, and he's thinking about, you know, how am I going to get out of here? Well, he says I should have sent a robot instead, because that's what I was thinking at the beginning when he got stuck in there. I'm like, doesn't Dr. Doom have a bunch of robots? But this is acknowledged here. It was stupid. I shouldn't have. This hubris kind of got to him. He wanted to confront personally, but he's like, I got a contingency, and this is a rare thing I'm going to do, and something I've not attempted for many years. Conditions are far from ideal, but it is my one chance. I must attempt it. And we don't know what he's going to do, but we see here this Aunt May looking lady is starting to kind of complain and bitch about stuff, while this guy starts spazzing out and claps back at her. Be silent, old woman. I have no time to listen to your ridiculous prattling. So it's implied here that Dr. Doom may have like telepathically controlled this guy or something. Or
I didn't pick that up before.
Yeah, or he transposed his mind or something like that.
I love old comic book ads.
Yeah.
Brings you back.
24 challenging video maze games in a book. Maze Warps by Vladimir Kozyakin.
That sounds communist.
Somebody better look this guy up. But yeah, it's a lot of ads for like comic book selling, comic book catalogs, back issues and stuff. So the collector market is starting to heat up here in 1983.
It's still hanging in.
Yeah. I think the collector market's is improving. The back issues, people are starting to look at the old books more, and a lot of them are more affordable. And
yeah, Yeah, you probably have a point there, actually. Now that you said it loud, it's probably outselling new issues. I bet you the collector's part of comic books is sustaining comic books more than new releases.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is that even tracked? I guess you'd have to ask individual stores.
So I got a great store I go to called Nefarious in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's a great, great shop. And that guy was telling me that the biggest, most reliable sales, there's always like a Batman issue that's going to be in the top. Absolute Batman's doing really well. There's a bunch of them, but the ones that are selling really well right now are old reprints of Conan and Heavy Metal are the ones that are going most reliably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah, I picked some of them up, man. The old Conan ones are great. I got one that was drawn by Barry Windsor Smith and Joe Kubert. Pretty exciting. Anyway, back to the comic book. I love all these panels here.
Hmm.
The dramatic fighting, the fireball, the line work, you know? You could tell there's a lot of movement happening in a very short period of time. He really captures motion and like an explosive motion, especially in that amazing last panel on the left-hand page where it shoots down and then upwards. There's such a cool design. Like he had this whole thing framed out in his amazing imagination.
But what's going on here is the fight is taken out into space and then quickly, it goes back through the stratosphere back down to Earth, zips past these dudes who are just about got fried through the grocery stores back up.
Yeah.
And this big confrontation of cosmic powers causes a huge explosion.
That amazing picture on the top. It's just incredible. The solid blacks of Silver Surfer with the line work of Terex. It draws the eye out, I think. And then Doctor Doom gets nuked for a second time in just so many pages.
Yeah, so he gets nuked again, but he's saying so basically, like, it's implied, like, if Doctor Doom's plan didn't work out, that's it, he's done.
Yeah, can't keep good Doom down.
Yeah. So it's not made explicit that he's transferred his powers or his mind or something to this guy. So you could read this and assume Doom just died, and the characters certainly do.
Yeah, his mask is sitting there in a sort of molten rubble.
Again, here the straight lines to express the velocity. Sue tries to contain the explosion, and she does, but it still blows her back with so much force. But the baby's okay. I love this panel here. This Silver Surfer comes out gurgling out of the molten lava or goo that resulted from in this crater that the explosion created. There's like a horror element to this a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like sort of like cosmic vomit.
And the crowd has survived. See them in the back here. Sue goes back to building headquarters of the Fantastic Four. Keeps looking around for Reed. Can't find him. You got Silver Surfer on some kind of hospital bed here. He's in convalescence. I really like this panel of the design of the building. Yes. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's so cool. Like, if you don't draw, you would look at that for 3 seconds and think, "Oh, that's cool." But that would take me hours to get properly. And it's just a little tiny wee panel in the bottom, you know?
Just prepping it with my perspective lines would take a long time.
Yes.
I like that the last step doesn't connect to the floor. It makes it look more futuristic looking.
No better than Burn.
Hey, now this is a kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like to cook or prepare food. This is a dream kitchen right here, man.
My kitchen is 1/1,000,000th that size.
Look at the corner, the counter space here. Goodness me. Look at all this like overhead floodlighting. Anyway, she's checking for evidence if Reed was around, and she's like, "Oh, I left him a lasagna, but it's still cold." I think she's looking in the microwave. Microwave here. Were there microwaves in '83? I don't know.
The Fantastic Four doesn't have them.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is probably maybe like you saw microwaves in Popular Mechanics or something. There's a built-in microwave here, or an oven or something. It's futuristic looking.
Anyway. Yeah, she can't read Richards, but in the next page she finds her backup boyfriend on Simmer.
Yeah, right here.
It's a full page too. It's a nice one.
Yeah, so Namor's coming straight out of the water, like, "Oh, help me out! I'm in trouble." The next issue, the search for Reed Richards. So, pretty decent cliffhanger here. Wow, what did he find out? Because back at the beginning, Namor had like something was dissolving his armor or his metal on the water or something.
Yeah.
And he's sinking to the bottom of the ocean. So something happened between then and now. So this plot here with Terax, Doctor Doom, is the culmination of the previous issues, and now John Byrne is picking up this new thread that he started with the Namor thing.
I'm curious, how'd you get your hands on the John Byrne run?
On eBay. I'd heard it was a good run, so I started picking up bits and bobs, and it wasn't too expensive, so.
Nice.
Nothing really going on with the bullpen bulletins here. I read this. They're just bragging that they went to a whole bunch of meetings. I had a kid in my small town of 800 people in the Maritimes who had all of these toys. He'd build these models. He had all of them, the whole thing, the Imperial Army, the red guys. What is it? So with the red tunic, I don't remember what they're called.
They're called the Imperial Guard.
Okay, the Imperial Guard. Well, he had those guys and all the stormtroopers. He had this hover bike. I know there's a name for it.
Speeder?
The Speeder, yeah. The TIE fighters, the whole bit. He had them all. And I remember going to his house and going, "Oh, that's what it's like to be rich."
Yeah. My version of that was seeing my friend's Transformers collection. He had some kind of aircraft carrier shit or something like that. I can't even tell you what it was now, but it was like it took up a large portion of his bedroom floor. I'd never seen toys like that in my life.
I had quite a few toys. The dad would pick up Hot Wheels, like Kmart or whatever, and but for me it was like Legos and stuff that you like. Beat up or you beat around these toys, right? But this kid had toys that you displayed and didn't play with.
Yeah.
There's a whole other level.
A whole nother level.
There's a lot of Star Wars, like it's 83, right? A lot of Star Wars stuff and all the Star Wars ads. This one's for a Star Wars video game. And back in the day, you had to use your imagination quite a bit, but you'd get disappointed a lot. You get like promised this amazing game, but it's just lines and dots.
Yeah, but man, that captured my imagination. I felt like I was in the X-Wing.
Yeah, well, the image does, but I remember like seeing these images and stuff and being like, oh man, I wish I could play these games, and somehow finding like someone else who had a console or something and playing the game and being quite disappointed that it wasn't as beautiful as the ad.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Marvel at this point had a deal with Star Wars, and we come full circle again now that Disney's bought out both. But at the time, the publisher for Star Wars comic books was Marvel. So once Return of the Jedi came out, it was a big promotional thing for Marvel to sell more comic books, but also to promote Star Wars, to sell more merchandise and things like that. So they had ads for all kinds of Star Wars content around this time.
Awesome.
Yeah,
good book, good run. I didn't remember a lot from this run because I read it just after I moved to a new place. So, I had a lot going on. So, but I have a good memory of reading it. So that'll be it for this one. Thanks everyone for joining us. Remember to check the links in the description. I should have said that earlier, but we got a Discord going. People are joining the Discord group and discussing their favorite comic books and stuff. So it's pretty fun.
Nice.
And yeah, we got a Substack going. All the important updates about when our comic books and books are going to be coming out. It's all, you want to subscribe to that. You can get that for free. If you do pay, you get extra $2.50 a month, extra content and stuff. So do consider taking that. There's the discount link for the 50% off, $2.50 a month is in the description. So check that out. And thanks for your attention, and see you in the next one.
See you, everybody.